Well, we are reaching September 2025 and this is probably the last good day of summer here in the western part of Norway, and we have decided that we're going on a hike this year, this fall as well, like we did last year. The plan is that me and two buddies are going up into the mountains, and we are staying for 2 nights from Friday to Sunday. And we are already starting to pre-pack or trying the backpack and to see what good stuff we can put in there. So we're doing this video also in 2 versions, one in English and one in Norwegian. This time I will try to do the whole take in one language first. So here we got the Norrøna Synchron backpack. It's 120 liters plus. It's a Norwegian brand, and the army uses this for their operations, and I really like that it's big. It fits everything you need and probably a lot more than that. I can see from other videos that people are using 70 liters backpacks, but I don't really see how I could use a small backpack like that at this point, because I'm not that routine of a guy to bring down the gear that much. So, but still, last year we had really heavy backpacks, and we also carried a sack of firewood, so it was pretty hard just walking up the hill. And even if we were going to film the whole stuff, you had to bring camera gear and hold the camera in your hand and start shaking because you're so worn out. I guess we are going to be worn out anyway, but it's still is good to bring down the weight as much as possible. So what we got in here is not the camera gear, but I am planning to bring the drone in the top lid here, so it's easy access. And below the cover we have a weather jacket, shield, always reachable if it's getting cold or the weather is changing. On top, and have in mind, maybe I will change up the order of this stacking, because of course we want the heavy things as low as possible and into the back. So I'm trying a little back and forth what is the best. But here is, this is kind of heavy because we have power banks, mosquito nets, some rope. We have mosquito repellent and a Leatherman knife. So this is going to be changed up a bit. I guess this is about 700 grams or something, so maybe I'll put that somewhere else. A little bag of Band-Aid and other things I think I also will take out of the backpack. And we have a watertight bag with some clothes. In here I got a wool shirt for the night, wool socks for the night, and a big wool sweater for if it's getting cold. All of this has to be dry, so we don't bring any moist into the sleeping bag. And we have another water repellent bag with coffee, dry food, This is kind of the kitchen bag or the food bag. So I'm trying to keep this as light as possible, because last year we brought a lot of eggs, bacon, too much food at all. These are very lightweight. It's no water into them, but it gives you a full meal. And this pasta Provence is about 700 kilocalories, so pretty nice for a field meal. And I will always try to keep this bag locked so I have control of my things. And then we have a travel towel for bathing and hygiene. An inflatable sleeping pad from Xbed. This is not a down mat, but it's a sin mat which works fine for me. It's not winter anyway. And we have a tarp to keep the base camp under, and it's pretty nice to have a roof over your head, especially if it starts raining. And then we have the Marmot 3-person tent without the pegs and the poles, just the fabric, so we don't penetrate anything into the back. Here it's already starting to be hole on the bag, so I guess it's pretty important to not have knives and pegs and other sharp things nearby the tent. And here we have the tent poles. Then the main compartment is empty. We have a watertight bottle for drinking and also for pouring hot water into to bring into your sleeping bag if you're freezing during night. A beanie for both day and night. Wet wipes for hygiene. A coffee can with a little rocket burner which weighs about nothing. A little foldable cup and a fire starter for the rocket stove. A knife for anything, cutting fish, butter, anything you need. And we have a fork, a spoon and a knife for eating dinner. A headlamp when it's getting dark. And I'm not sure about this, but I need a pan if I'm going to fry some trout. This weighs 300 grams or so and it's pretty big, so I am considering leaving this at home. This one's empty. Then we have toilet paper inside a plastic bag so it don't get wet. A box of fishing hooks, dry flies, wet flies, spinners, things like that. A canister of gas for the stove, and I'm considering to bring a smaller one than this. And here we have spools for a fly rod and also an ordinary spinning rod. And then on the bottom here we have a Z-Lite sleeping pad. This is not just for putting underneath your inflatable sleeping pad. like security if it's punctuating, but also very nice to have when you are sitting under the tarp or taking a break in the field. And at the bottom, because it fits best in there, it's a pretty big sleeping bag from Hellsport Alta. It's a synthetic bag. It weighs a lot. It's big, but it's really cheap. It was under $100. So this is really big, and probably the first thing I'm going to swap out when I need some new hiking stuff. Then I will also bring a couple of fishing rods, one fly rod and one spinning rod, which goes on the outside of the backpack. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Okay, we have tent pegs. On the side, these are very sharp, so I separate them from everything else in the bag. I guess I'm 99% sure that this is what I'm going to bring. Maybe a little more food, some chocolate, and a couple of bags of dinner extra. But here we have it. And of course the clothes we are wearing during the hike, which is hiking shoes, solid hiking shoes in leather, and pants and wool shirt. And yeah, then we are ready. We can stay out for 1 night or 7 nights. You need the same thing no matter how long you are staying outside. So, welcome to the trip.